Hey, hey, everybody! It's Jerry Norris with the Fledge here with another episode of Every Damn Day, and I have to tell you, this is the best little warm-up session we have. You saw us coming in hot like that. I've got Proven Esports Group, the whole group, sitting in one frame today, or at least the three leaders of the group. So I'm gonna pick the guy in the middle, Alex, to start us out and tell us how you guys are doing today, and tell us something about Proven Esports Group and the friends you brought with you.
Hey, so check it. My name is Alex. I go by the name of the gamer tag of Grand Kai, and I'm one of the owners of Proven Esports Group here in Lansing, Michigan. We started it to kind of show something different to our city. So we saw a need in the gaming and esports arena. Esports is just competitive gaming. It's what it breaks down to. So we saw a niche and we saw a need for it. And we figured out, we love playing video games. We grew up with it, and why not give opportunities to others to excel in that arena? So I got my brothers here, got John and Eric here as well, who are also part owners of the company.
So, we did some stuff together before COVID hit, and I sat here, I didn't really know what esports was, and I didn't know how big it was. I thought it might be big, but I thought it was something way far away from me. Yeah. And then I had this picture, these 14-year-old white kids were going to be showing up to these events. Why don't you tell me how wrong I am in just about everything I just said?
Well, I mean, the reality is that gaming crosses all kinds of cultures, right? And, whether black, white, brown, Asian, don't matter. Everybody has experienced gaming in some way or fashion. Now, the esports, we talk about esports, it is primarily dominantly a white thing, right? You see that a lot because of what the cost that it takes to get into esports. The PCs that cost at least $1,000 to get in to play at that level is a deterrent to most people groups. So, but yeah, there's tons of black folks, brown folks, Asian folks that are into gaming, but some people just don't have the opportunity or the exposure to know that it exists at that level.
When you had your first event here, it was predominantly, I think, people of color. And that did surprise me. And the other thing was, I don't know, it was just something I had never seen before. Like I walk around talking crap and saying, I can kick anyone's ass in Tekken, but nah, this is some weird. So how's it been going with COVID in this though? I mean, is it tough now? Like everyone?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's tough. The community wants to meet in person. Community wants to be together and play games and compete and talk trash, like you said. And it's hard to do that with COVID, obviously. And some of the games don't offer a great online experience either. So it's been a lot of trying to figure out how to overcome that as we've been still running things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another thing too about it is that we've been fortunate enough to be able to, before COVID, even still during COVID, but not to the same capacity. But before COVID, we had a weekly event called the Lansing FGC, which is the Lansing Fighting Game Community. And so every single Tuesday that met, and it gave gamers in the city a place to meet and to belong, and to meet with other players that have the same passion and interest as they do, so they don't feel alone. Because there's a lot of social and mental health issues in gaming. So
COVID's not helpful.
Yeah, COVID, that's a fact. Yeah. So COVID doesn't help with that. So to not have a place where these guys can physically come and even escape either from themselves or from their environment. Some of these guys, we have folks that came as far as Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, that came down to our Lansing event because, they wanted to belong and have fun. And some of these guys, their family doesn't support their hobby. The gaming as a hobby, they don't support that. So they have to go and find places, that are outside of their home to support that. And so with COVID, it makes it really hard for them to escape that.
Yeah. I was thinking you had guys from Detroit too.
Yeah, Detroit, all over,
and
Ohio. And Canada.
And Canada too.
Canada, all the way down
Toronto. Yep.
Yeah, so you guys are bringing dollars into the city of Lansing every time you have an event, because it's not just Lansing money that we're trapping here, which is a good thing, but you're also almost bringing new money into the city.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I know that you talked before about potentially filling Breslin or having an event at Breslin.
Yeah, we're hella ambitious.
Man, can you? So, I mean, that would be an amazing event. Do you get support from like the what's that called, the Lansing Sports Authority or anything like that? Do they recognize it as a real thing?
They supported us for a couple of events.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those guys over there at the Great Lakes Sports Authority. It was cool kind of how that came about. You know, we just sent them messages saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Is this on your radar? And one of the guys there, Mike over there, got really excited and said, yes, you know, my kids does this. And then we see this kind of here coming in the area. So the fact that you guys do this is pretty cool. So, yeah, they supported us for Cold War and another event as well. I think Proven as well. Yeah, Proven. That was at the Lansing Center.
So if I really wanted to get into this and up my game and be able to talk shit a little bit better, is this easy for me to get into? Is it uncomfortable? Is some little kid going to be making fun of me? You know, how's this? All these things happen.
The biggest thing, the biggest advantage about gaming is that it's for everybody, every age group. Anybody can get into it. Now, to practice it, be good at it, master it, become an expert, it's going to take time. But, you know, we've been fortunate enough to hook up with a local, call him Sensei, but we've been fortunate enough to hook up with iHigh, who is the leader of the Mid-Michigan Tekken sessions, where we are able to all get together, hone our skills, play against people of the same skill level, and continue to hone our own personal development. And as they grow, we grow. As we grow, they grow, as we start to bring in more competition and more people together and then create that community. Because the reality about gaming is a lot of those kids that game are looking for a place to belong, and we offer that opportunity.
Yeah. I think that, you know, we've talked a lot about how safe this space is too, right? Because you got some bullies in the space, right? And I'm assuming, like everywhere else, the racism is systemic and there's a lot of racism in the space as well. Is that true?
That's a fact.
Underrepresentation.
Yeah, a lot of underrepresentation, a lot of, you know, racism, things like that. And all of it's subtle. You know, they're not going to come up and say, you know, what they want to say, but you experience it and you have to combat it. You do what you see, right? And so the biggest thing for us is to let people know, because we have all our events, you know, we have LGBTQ, we've got, you know, all kinds, all creeds, right? All creeds come to the events, and we let them know from the jump, you belong here, and you're welcome here, and we don't tolerate anything, any bull crap at our events. Like, real talk, we just don't, you know. The trash talking is fun, and there's a line that we know that we don't cross, and that gets checked at the door. Because you literally could be one word away from helping somebody commit suicide.
Right. That's real.
It is really real. So
you just hit me in the chest when you said that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's a real thing, and so which is why we're so kind of distraught about what COVID's doing, because online bullying is just really bad. And so at least when they were able to come to an event physically, we could combat that. But with them being at home alone on the online, I mean, I can't do anything.
We moderate and cut you off, but I mean, other than that, and that's not what we want to actually have happen to the bully either.
Right.
Because we know that people aren't bullying just because, you know, there's something.
I like that.
So
Yep.
I like that a lot. Those bullies are victim machines. So if you can fix that bully, they quit making those victims. I really like that. So another thing, though, that's really subtle about the people of color not being able to enter this space is this is also a pathway to many other things, right? It's a pathway to software. It's a pathway to production. It's a pathway to even being a professional gamer.
Yep.
So it's an important problem to fix. It's not just like, oh, it's just a game.
Right.
This affects our economy, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and it's an opportunity to help create jobs. I mean, you can teach a kid how to broadcast, teach them how to commentate, teach them how to program, how to structure event planning, organization. There's so many things that translate to real world skills. I mean, half of the gamers that come to our events are either software engineers or computer science on that track. Half of them. Graphic designers. So it's super tied to the industry.
Man, we need so many of those people in the Lansing area too. We gotta roll out the red carpet when these guys come into town, right? We need that type of talent, and we need to be making that talent, right?
Well, a lot of them are here, Jerry. Like, they're here. So there's one that comes up to mind the most is his gamer tag is Majin Joseph, but his real name is Joe, right? He's an MSU student, and he's learning computer science, creating his own game. But this guy is probably one of the top players in the city right now.
But how's he going to develop a game here in Lansing?
Yeah, exactly. But there's no pathway for him here in Lansing for him to create a game like that.
Yeah.
So when he gets his degree, guess who's going to go?
Brain drain.
Goodbye.
Brain
I'm out.
Lansing. He's out.
So
California.
Do you see MSU working with you well, because they're trying to get their gaming department in the top 5?
I mean, you have to ask them that, because we've partnered with
groups at MSU.
Student groups at MSU that we partner with, but MSU specifically, no. In the past, I've done work for MSU on a business side, financially, but when you talk about gaming and things like that,
I think MSU and LCC will be a rich resource for us to partner with to make some things happen, because while those paths are there for those students to get into computer science, coding, development, graphic design, esports, all those different pathways, and even marketing and event coordination, like you were saying, but also broadcasting.
Yeah.
So anything that has to do with communication arts in any university meshes well with gaming at this point, because as an entertainment industry, gaming has taken over to become a $300+ billion industry worldwide. So with access to that, there are plenty of jobs for these students. So if there was a partnership or something there to make happen, then it would be beautiful.
Absolutely.
Because Lansing would benefit from that as well. And a great way to connect East Lansing and Lansing.
So one of my viewers is Casey. He's a professor out at MSU's Gaming. You hear this? We're gonna show you this and make sure that we do something. And then Win Wilson out at LCC, who runs the apprenticeship group for the IT and all of that.
Yeah.
We'll get him on here talking about something like this too, maybe.
Awesome.
I'll share this around for sure.
For sure.
So, you guys are interesting, man. You got a lot of energy. I need to have a different show so we can talk about what we were talking about. Unless you want to.
Trying to figure the questions in there. I see you.
You know, I'm an agitator. I like stirring things up. But to keep this moving, I got a question for you. That is the name of the show. What's something you do every damn day to push this needle forward?
Well, I think the first thing every damn day we do is we meet and we talk. We strategize, plan, and we reach out to a lot of people, whether it be organizations, whether it's in Lansing, Grand Rapids, surrounding areas, to figure out kind of, how can we grow this thing and grow the scene here in Lansing with esports and gaming.
Yes.
Every damn day. We work towards pushing positive and uplifting content as well. It's a lot. It's a lot more than just picking up the sticks and fighting.
Yep.
A lot of what we talk about, as you'll see through whether it be our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram profiles, we are always bringing up prevalent issues that are going on in society, as well as pushing a positive mindset to continue to inspire the people around us.
I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I started going through Twitter, and you guys had a ton of posts that I was seeing. I don't know why it was in my feed. I felt like I was stalking you because I was liking all of them because they were all so positive.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't mean to cut you off. another thing that every damn day.
The events and stuff, you know.
I mean, we're constantly like he was saying, we're constantly meeting and talking and discussing what to do next, what's coming next, and we want to make sure that we lead the way in what's coming next. So right now, what I'm really excited about is that every day we're working on a curriculum, on a pathway for youth to become productive adults in society, as well as find career paths. So we're working and honing that with some geniuses from within Lansing and outside of Lansing, which is cool. We're able to work with all these men of color too, to make something amazing happen that's gonna really hopefully lead the way in not just providing a job, but creating a pathway for growth and development and courage to go to college, courage to actually go after a job, because it's scary on the other side of that. If you didn't have that, if you didn't see it, then how do I know what to go for and how to go for it? So those types of things are important. So we've been trying to discuss how to make something like that happen sooner than later.
All right. We daisy chain these episodes together. So yesterday I had Effie with Pretty Empowered, and she has a question for you. And the question is, are you guys reading anything? And are you reading something that's kind of relevant to this, and something that an idea that you're pulling out? I completely screwed up her question. What are you reading right now, and what's important about it?
Oh gosh. Right. Well, me personally, I've been reading a lot about, well, I've listened to a podcast, but I'm reading a lot about integration, broadcasting and integration. So how can I teach people to do what they love to do and be, I don't know what's the word, proficient at it and communicate that better. So I've been telling these guys for the last, 2 weeks, we got to talk more. We got to speak more. And so that's kind of what it's been doing. What I've been reading about is how to communicate your ideas and values clearer to people, and not just holding them in, because closed mouths don't get fed. Right. So if you're not talking about what you're doing, facts. If you're not talking about what you're doing and sharing over and over again to the point where it's annoying about what you're doing, how can you expect people to support you? So that's what I've been learning.
All right. I love that answer. You guys got when you want to jump in?
Oh yeah. Mainly the books I've been reading is how to most efficiently use my platform. Now that I have been consistently streaming, I want to make sure that I present a platform that is continuing to build others up. I don't want to be the kind of person where, as I start to elevate and do more, that it's just me. I want to be able to provide positive, reinforcing, and inspirational content to where I'm constantly motivating others. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you come from. It doesn't matter what you have in your pocket. If you have a message that you can get out that can inspire somebody else to get out, that can inspire somebody else to get out, then you need to get that message out. Thanks. Whether it be on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Twitch, Mixer, it does not matter. If you have that message, get it out. And make sure the way you get it out is a way that people can see, people can respond to, so you can react, so that if you get it out wrong and somebody challenges you, it helps you to develop and grow. There's nothing wrong with confrontation, as long as that confrontation and conflict is helping you to get to a better spot.
I love that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Forehead response. That was good.
I've been reading a lot of news, unfortunately.
That's what started our first conversation before we came in here.
Hey, I know it's not too relevant to gaming, but just a lot of news and a lot of things lately. I've got people in my family that are running for office. I've got friends that are running for office. So I've been inundated with law and current news and things like that. So as far as my personal reading, it's been kind of absorbed into that whole world right now. So focused on a lot of what these guys are saying, but I'll cop out and say I'm reading the curriculum that they're putting together.
Nice. So
that's a real quick point, though, too. We are working on a curriculum. I don't know if you heard it earlier when he mentioned it, but we're working on a curriculum to bring to youth, to students about esports and gaming, and how to correlate those skills into real life. So To add to the every damn day, we're also every damn day working on that to bring that to fruition. So,
yeah, you guys, you came over a couple weeks ago. We were just kind of chatting it up and whatnot, and I went over to 517 Barbecue. I'll give a plug there too. And you guys were telling me about that curriculum. Man, it's amazing. And maybe there's a foundation coming here so we can help some of these kids get over those initial hurdles.
Yeah, we are trying to figure it all out and structure it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I don't know what I can talk about and all of that. I didn't mention that earlier.
We're working on the mission statement, things like that right now.
Yep.
We don't want to say too much and get ourselves caught up.
Yep.
And that not be the actual piece of the mission, but we're getting there. We're almost there.
Yep.
We're almost there. It has to do with everything we've discussed today, though, so far. Absolutely.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so tomorrow I've got Claire Powers with the Heroic Mama Revolution on the show, and you have the opportunity to ask her a question. So what question would you like to ask her?
I have a question for Claire. How would you define what a heroic mama is?
All right, that's a good question. I got to flip it back on you, though. How would you define what a heroic mama is? I guess you could say daddy if you wanted to. Too.
I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah. Let's go.
I love you, Tanya.
Yep. Hey, I was gonna say the same thing.
I'm gonna get in trouble for calling her Tanya.
Hey, facts. One word I can say is Barbara. That's it. Real talk, because that's a hero.
And for me, it's definitely Trina, because she stayed in me and on me. But I realized that at the end of the day, she understands that I want to be great. And she understands that I'm with people that want to be great, but we don't want to be great by stomping on other people. We want to be great by lifting the people around us up. And that's a way harder path.
And that's what Mama taught. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yep. So that's how we describe it. Our moms, just straight up and down.
And those are all your mothers?
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Amazing, guys. Way to give a shout out to women. I look at it right now. Women are taking the blunt of the schooling that's happening online at home. So they're already 70% of the pay that men get, and they're getting pushed out of their jobs or having to not go do their jobs. So they're getting a hit there. You've got Ruth Bader Ginsburg just passed, who's a hero for women. You've got all these strong Black women being called upon every single day to either cry about their children or give strength to the community. And for you three, you're gonna make me cry,
Jerry. Don't take us there, man. Because now, Jerry, I'm gonna say something real quick, man, because I thought people need to know this, and I'm not gonna get crazy, but these strong Black women that we talk about, right, our moms and the community and things like that. Please understand that they need strength too. You see what I'm saying? Because we paint that picture that they're superhuman and that they're irreversible to harm, and that's not true. You see what I'm saying? So our strong Black women need strength too, and they need people to show up for them too, because they're there for everybody else. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's exactly where I was going. I'm glad you said it. And no, I mean that, because I know I've been really fortunate to have some really strong Black women on the show up until this point, and more are coming. And they come to my Scrum meetings, and they're social entrepreneurs. And for you to, I'm really saying that you're giving that energy back to them because they need it right now. It's exhausting to be in that role. And I love them all. I mean, they're amazing. We're all amazing in our own ways. But, a shout out to those strong Black women, to those mothers. I love you three for saying that. So anything you want to go out on besides something like that?
I'm good.
Hey, I got something to say.
Go ahead.
All we need is each other. Lansing has everything it needs to succeed. Michigan has everything it needs to succeed. We just got to look to one another and push each other up when we see gifts in one another. And that's what it's all about. We can make amazing things happen. But we gotta do that. We gotta do that. So I just want to see more of it. That's it.
And I think that's how we go out. So every damn day on every damn day at 2 p.m. We've got 99 Problems, but a Pitch Ain't One coming up a week from Sunday, October 4th. These guys have pitched and do really well at it. So come to any of these shows. Sign up if you want to be on the show. Proven Esports. You guys are amazing. You're going to change the world. You're going to strengthen our community. And strong communities don't need to rely on the government. Strong communities don't need cops. And you guys are changing the world. Thank you so much for what you do and for being on my show.
Hey, thanks, Jerry. Hey, we love you, Jerry. Hey, you are the man. Real talk. We appreciate. Hey, real talk. We appreciate you, Jerry. Real talk. Yeah, seriously, what you're doing at the Fledge and around the city is priceless, man. So we really appreciate you. Seriously.
For sure.
All right. See y'all. Thank you.